Thank you for watching Live with Engineer Tucker, Industrial and Social Engineer. For more amazing content, like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell icon so that you get notified every time there is a new video.
You have your hand up.
It's Warabile. Good
Oh, okay.
evening.
Okay.
Good evening. Thank you. I organize events here, agricultural events here in Botswana, and the main objective is to really reach out to subsistence farmers. The main problem is we are talking about standards. The issue is even if you are moving from production oriented to market oriented agriculture, they lack knowledge on even the basics standards that every country, like we are saying, we also have BOBS here, Botswana Standard Bureau of Standards. They even lack knowledge on the basic standards that are needed in the market. And to add on or to say suggestion on what was presented on point of sales, our point of sales, and when chain stores came, I believe in most of African countries, most of the general dealers and small supermarkets were closed down because now most of the supplies will be taken to the chain stores. But at the end of the day, like you are saying, Ma, they can go anytime. So we need, even in these big malls, to be having cubicles probably of those locally made products. There's peanut butters. We don't always have to be taking everything to the chain stores, because to even market a product to enter into the chain store to meet that standards is some of the most difficult things that are even the farmers are. That is why they don't even go to that extent of processing the products, that they're not even going to be allowed to go there. As in from all these workshops, because most were oriented on broiler production, we are developing a model which is combining all the aspects. I've been listening to all the presentations that are combining all the aspects, from grouping the backyard farmers so that we take their produce. We now, most of the time we see backyard farmers are packaging their chickens in these plastic bags and they just distribute in the homesteads. So what we are doing is now to accumulate all their productions and then brand them so that they meet the standards in the retailers, so they look the part, they play the part. So, but we are not really taking them to the chain stores. We are not distributing them into these chain stores. The model is to now take the produce, the broiler chickens from the farmers. We process them in our owned selling point, which is a butchery. There, the customers, the clients can know there's a butchery that you need your chicken packaged, you need your custom cuts, you need any processed chicken. That is where you can go, because at the end of the day, competing with these big commercial poultry farmers is also just too much for the backyard farmers. Yet you look at the market, they are the ones who are producing so many chickens. Yet the commercial farmers are producing less chickens. Yet you enter into the market, the same commercial farmers are supplying so many chickens in the retailers, but the backyard farmers with so many chickens which they are producing have got no market in the chain stores. So we provide that platform of a butchery, which is Botswana owned, open for backyard farmers, so that when we now even cut, if we could be there, we could be the middleman taking the chickens from the backyard farmers to the chain. Now you look that they're going to even be buying the produce at a very small price. So what we did is from the backyard farmers to the butchery, so that is processed, and then even the backyard farmer can get good value for their produce. They get the money worth for what they produce. So to say the standards, every time before the farmers produce, I call the BOBS department to come and orientate them on how the quality that are needed, because I believe we have asked them to combine all the standards from all the retailers, the Woolworths, the ShopRite, the Pick and Pay, and the Shoppies. So they come and say, this is what you should expect when you go to Woolworths. Woolworths needs this, and this is what, as BOPs, we look at when you bring your produce, so that we can tell you is whether it's certified or it meets the standards. So now reaching from country to country, reaching to the southern region, we need those standards, which we can now be exporting products which meet the same standards that are within every country. And then, like you are
Yeah.
Right?
I think we lost it. I think what she's explaining is what they term disruptive innovation, where you can't directly compete with the major supermarkets, but you can come and how do you work with the backyard farmers, provide the facility that to process their chicken and whatever product we'll be talking about, and then so that it can meet the standard that are needed on the market. I think we have been here for nearly 2 hours, and it's time for us to wrap up. If there is anyone who has got a burning comment or a burning question, you can raise your hand and then you can ask, and then we call it a day. Ratidze, your mic is on. Do you want to say something?
No. I think it's something cool.
Okay.
I got cut off there, I think.
Yeah, you got cut off. I don't know what happened. But
Okay.
I summarized your comment to the audience when I said what you were simply explaining is what they term disruptive innovation, where we know as smallholder farmers or backyard producers, we can't compete with the major producers, but what we are now doing is create a facility that process their product and that will meet the market standards, so that you can then take the lead to market their product. They will just bring them to you, and then you market to you market to the customers.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. If there are no further comments or contribution, I want to just appreciate everybody's participation. It has been a lively meeting, and a big thanks to our presenters, starting with Josephine, who started telling us about thinking about agriculture as a business, as an enterprise, to Dr. Chichetu, who I think the punchline that I got from his is we might change our mindset from production-oriented to market-oriented. And it was wrapped up by Victor, reminding us that we can produce, but if we are not producing to standards, we may end up throwing our produce down the drain, because the market cannot accept something that is not of good standard. And I think the idea about quality is key, as Dr. Chichetu also indicated. In our Zimbabwe in particular, we are losing 18 to 20% of what we produce to waste, and we increase our food import bill. So I think this is thought-provoking. It will encourage us to have conversation with ourselves, whatever station you are on with yourself, think about it as a business where you are not on the hobby level, you are not on the subsistence level, neither are you on the project oriented, but you are at the business level, which is the pinnacle. Just very few does that. So there's not much competition at the business level, but there is a lot of competition at the hobby level because everybody is doing it. So thank you everybody for coming and